Okay, for the record, this is Chicago World News doing a report on what led up to Zach TV's death. And this is a police officer, vlogger from Chicago. He knows the environment and the Chicago gang activity that goes on. The video that he will be running in the background, this is a interview between Zach TV and Rome. This guy right here on the screen is Rome. Rome is not the killer. Okay, this is just the basis of what's going on around Zach TV's death. But Rome is not the killer. Rome is locked up. Okay, he's a very close friend of Zach TV. He's from the 10-5 area, the MMG area, the Muggy Gang area that Zach talks about a lot. So again, this is Chicago World News reporting, and hope this bring closure.
Alright guys, before I even start this video, everything you've heard on the internet about Zach TV's death, AMG, Kenneka Jenkins, anything else you've heard about this, everything you've heard on the internet about this is a lie. I haven't seen one video with the right information out there yet. And I wasn't going to drop this video until I saw T-Streets get killed. I wasn't going to drop this video at all, because I see that a lot of the fake rumors out there are getting people whacked who had absolutely nothing to do with Zach's death. And I see that there's other people who people are putting dirt on. You know what I'm saying? Other guys from AMG, they're putting dirt on. There's another conspiracy theory about that. These are all goofy ass rumors, bro, put out by like YouTube channels that ain't even in Chicago or nothing, bro. They don't know nothing about nothing. So Zach TV, all right, I'm just cutting to the chase here, man, because I know y'all. Zach TV is from a neighborhood called 10-5 MMG Goontown, okay, on the far south side of Chicago, in the hundreds, in the Roseland neighborhood, okay. A lot of people were thinking like Zach was some type of neutral dude. He was in most neighborhoods, but not in that neighborhood. That was his hood, and he repped it and claimed it. Okay, I'm not saying that Zach was a gang banger, but like he repped that neighborhood, okay, which is a gang neighborhood. I mean, it's MMG stands for Marty Muggy Gang, and he rocked with all the guys from there. He supported them. He was putting them on, okay, and he repped it. I mean, he claimed that neighborhood. He didn't make any secret about that, okay, and he also shot videos for them where they were dissing a lot of their ops, okay? And he did not rock with the other side, okay? Like, he did not cover both sides of that. People were like, Zach covered both sides of the war, but not that war, okay? And the ops to MMG Goontown is a neighborhood called Wentworth Mob. Those are their main ops. Wentworth, the street, okay, the street Wentworth has like 5 or 6 hoods off of it, okay? You got Rudeville. You got some like Rudeville BDs up there on like 109th around there, and then you got like some Mickey Cobras, some MCs around like 106th. And that's what MMG refers to them as, you know, as like the snakes, but they're Mickey Cobras. These guys hate MMG, and MMG hates them. This is like a really bad war over there. It's been like that for a while. Wentworth Mob, okay, they lost a dead homie called Cujo. All right, a guy named Cujo, and apparently from what I hear, like Cujo was kind of the pipeline to a lot of the hustle money that they were getting. Like he was kind of helping them eat and stuff. This is what I hear. I'm not from that neighborhood, but what guys from there tell me is that like Cujo was kind of helping a lot of guys get money over there. So after Cujo got killed, the Mickey Cobras from Wentworth Mob were looking for revenge. All right, now whether or not Rudeville had anything to do with this, I haven't heard anything like confirmable about that. But the MCs though, okay, because apparently Cujo was an MC, they were looking to get revenge on MMG, okay, and on that particular night, they decided to get up with MMG members over there. Now Zach TV was not their number one target. Their number one target was Rome. Rome 10-5 MMG. Rome is he's like the most well-known rapper probably the most well-known rapper from the hundreds period, maybe besides Lil Mouse, but Rome is an extremely well-known rapper who's locked up right now, and is probably going to be locked up for the foreseeable future, so they can't get to Rome. Zach was like one of Rome's best homies, and Zach was shooting videos for Rome in which Rome was dissing the dead homies of Wentworth Mob. Okay, he was saying, like, you know, he was dissing Cujo. And Zach was shooting these videos, you know what I'm saying, with his watermark on the video and the whole bit. So, apparently, Wentworth Mob just, I mean, they saw Zach as a target. And on that night, they came downtown. Now, one of the things that I was asking people, I immediately thought of this as soon as I heard that Zach had gotten killed. I was like, well, this is probably his neighborhood's ops, because 99% of the time when a guy in Chicago gets killed, it is their neighborhood's ops. It's neighborhood beef. That's like 99% of what's going on in Chicago. So I was like, well, this was probably the ops to Zach's neighborhood. Those MCs over there. So, I didn't put anything out because I couldn't confirm that. That was just my guess. But then people started hitting me up from down there, like, this is the word on the street over there, bro. I'll never say I'm 100 unless I see the video of the actual shooters. So this is not 100. I would never say I'm 100 unless I actually saw the shooters' faces, which I didn't. I didn't see any video of this, But what everybody from down there that, that I can talk to, and this is not just from one person, this is from multiple people that do not know each other. People down there telling me, that, that's the word on the street around there. And not only that, but the biggest confirmation I got is that the MC's block has been hit 3 times since Zach got killed. Okay, 3 times somebody's gotten shot at or shot on or close to Wentworth off of like 106, 107th since Zach died. And Zach didn't die that long ago. And that's more than the average amount of sliding over there. Now, do I know for a fact that was MMG and not just like, a robbery gone bad or something like that? I mean, I don't know, but, that's a lot of shootings on one block in like a 2-week period. But that's immediately, what I had gotten confirmation on from people that it was the MCs getting payback for Cujo. And they decided to go there to, like, for the sake of anonymity downtown, like, because the question that I asked them was, why would they pick that location? Like, they had plenty of opportunities to get Zach when he was in the hundreds, and they were like, well, it's more anonymous over there. And Zach was very open with his movements. This is one of the things that I told him. He had wanted to meet up with me and go hooping one time. And he was like, let's meet over at this gym where I'm at. And this was during a time when, like, my face was really hot, when I was still doing those Top Killer videos. And I was like, bro, I don't know if it's too, good of an idea for us to be in public like that, And he was like, man, it's all good, it's over in my neighborhood, whatever. I was like, it ain't the guys from your neighborhood I'm worried about. It's like somebody on there is going to go live on Instagram and start filming us when they see us together. And then, everybody who follows them is going to see us and slide. So, like, Zach was very open about his movements. He wasn't known as like a gangbanger, so people weren't like, well, somebody's hunting Zach. Like, nobody was really hunting Zach. But, man, those MCs definitely, were on Zach about the thing with Rome, especially Rome, because Rome is their #1 target. They just can't get to Rome, and Zach was basically the pipeline for Rome to diss them. And I'm not saying this is any type of disrespect to Zach TV, but he was basically providing Rome with the opportunities to diss Wentworth Mob, and he was not giving Wentworth Mob the same opportunities. Like, he would do that for other wars, like with STL and 600. Like, he would let them diss in their videos, then go to the other side, film them, let them diss. But 600 still felt some type of way about it. 600 still had a lot of issues with Zach just because of the fact that he was letting Tukaville diss them. Gang members do not like that. So when you're like, filming videos for guys when they're dissing your dead homies, and on top of that, you're claiming the block where they're from, which he was claiming MMG. Like, come on, man, that, like, you're an op right there. Like, you're an op to them big time right there. So it was just on some, what I was hearing was they just considered Zach like a high value op. And it was just a hit on MMG, period. It wasn't anything personal with Zach. It wasn't like, oh, we hate Zach TV, we just got to kill Zach TV because he's Zach TV, and we're jealous of, like, his success or, like, his camera work. No, it wasn't that at all. It was just a hit on MMG, period. They just wanted anybody from MMG. And Zach was an easy target, a very easy target. Because he's the most public member of MMG that there was. And like I said, they couldn't get to their #1 target, which was Rome. And Zach was, killing Zach, was going to hurt Rome, even in prison. Like, that was the best way to hurt Rome. And, they were apparently, what I hear is that they were doing it because he was putting on all the ops. So that's what it is, guys. I've spoken to one person from MMG, but they're not really like a person that's that involved in the streets. So, I don't know for a fact that, all those shots over there on Wentworth Mob's block are MMG, but that would be an awfully big coincidence. And, all these fake rumors about AMG, about Kanika Jenkins, whatever the heck, guys, these are all goofy and lies. I mean, they already got T Streets killed, and check this out. This is going to blow your guys' minds, bro. You guys know I knew Zach personally. And after Zach died, I talked to somebody who knows after T Streets died, I talked to somebody who knows Zach TV's mom personally. Okay, because Zach TV's mom had made that Facebook post. People are taking the Facebook post and said she's talking about T Streets. Then T Streets started getting investigated. Then, people were on him. His name was bad in the streets, and then he got killed. Okay, now there's other guys that, people are putting dirt on their names too. People from AMG. AMG is clicked up with MMG, you guys. AMG gets along with them. That's like somebody from O Block riding on somebody from 600. That would make zero sense. Like that theory is just like, I heard that, I was like, what? I was like, no, man. The only knowledge they have of Chicago is what they see on video. You guys cannot believe these people, man. They do not know anybody here. You understand? Like, you gotta, I'm not saying I never make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. Okay, the regular newspapers make a lot of mistakes. The Tribune, the Sun Times, NBC, ABC, they make mistakes. They publish corrections every single day. But like when they make the mistake, they later on correct the mistake. Okay, a lot of these bloggers, they just let it sit there until somebody gets whacked. Like, bro, you cannot take anybody who's getting all of their information off of Instagram and Twitter as, as factual at all. And the people who whack T Streets, Man, bro, like, how could you do that? Like, do that off of YouTube? Like, for real? I mean, come on, man. Like, AMG and Zach were, like, homies, bro. T Streets, all of them, they would have zero reason to do that. You know what I'm saying? That makes absolutely zero sense. And I know for a fact that it's fake, because check this out. I talked to the person who knows Zach's mom personally. What they told me was that she wasn't even talking about T Streets in that Facebook post. They said these people took it and ran with it and assumed that that she was talking about T Streets, but she wasn't even talking about him. She was just talking about, like, dudes that he had put on in general. She wasn't talking about anybody. She was just talking to the city, like, in general. Like, man, he took y'all's, like, dirty broke asses out this, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing all this for y'all, and y'all turn on him. And because she just, like, assumed that it was somebody that, he had worked with, because he worked with everybody. Well, he didn't actually work with everybody. He didn't work with Wentworth Mob. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had an actual street reason to hate him. So it was just a big misunderstanding, bro. This is like, the person that I talked to was like kind of making it seem like, man, like, they were pissed. Like, how could they do this? How could they, like, take this Facebook post that didn't have any names in it and just put a name in it? There was one of Zach's homies. Like, bro, it just, this whole thing is so whack. This whole thing is so crazy, man. This internet stuff is just so goofy. T Streets now lost his life because of this internet bullcrap. You know what I'm saying? And now other people's lives are in jeopardy. I'm telling you, man, anybody who's got their names in any videos or anything, like, if y'all keep them videos up, y'all got their blood on your hands if anybody else gets whacked. And I'm not just talking about AMG. I'm talking about anybody else putting conspiracy theories out there about Zach. Rest in peace, Zach TV. Rest in peace, T Streets. And anybody else who's going to die off these goofy-ass internet lies. Okay, and don't believe the internet. That's all I can say, man. This is your boy, Chicago World News.